From the streets of Providence to the heart of the fight, rivalries collide and stories come to a head. This is where ambition takes over. This is where legacies begin. This is RWA Ambition.
The RWA Ocean State Championship! Pointing out of Providence, Renegade, by way of Boston, Massachusetts. He is a power of personal strength, the chef, Gianni.
Once again, welcome to RWA Ambition. Chris Sanders here with Zachary Levi. We're kicking things off strong. Last month we've seen Peter Gianni, huge win for his career, but now him and Coach Will, the feud continues, but we kind of seen Peter Gianni with a different side, coming to the aid of Coach Will, if you will.
Absolutely. I mean, Peter Gianni, I've spoken with him since he became the #1 contender. He seems to have a different focus when it comes to the direction of his career. He's looking to stack plates as the chef, but man, it's about who wants it more. And man, Coach Will is somebody who wants it so bad.
And Zach, this guy has been a fan favorite in the RWA since setting foot, and he has proven himself to be the best of the best. Former RWA hype champion, current Ocean State champion. But the thing about Coach Will, he's always looking to test himself. He's faced the best of the best, but Peter Gianni just been that thorn in his side, so maybe tonight it's once and for all.
Coach Will really embodies the championships he holds, if you catch my drift. You know, hype championship, he really gets the RWA faithful hyped up every single show. And as the Ocean State champion, he has such ties to the state of Rhode Island, proud to be its champion. But it's like he said, Peter Gianni, the chef, is very, very hungry to break out, to be the next thing here in Rhode Island. And that championship that Manny Souza holds up is what it's all about in our opening contest here in Ambition.
You said it perfectly, Zach. This is only the first match. Absolute stack card. We have later today the RWA Championship on the line as Jason Blade defends against Patrick Shane. Tag titles are on the line, but we're kicking it off strong tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, all the RWA championships are on the line, and now the Ocean State title is officially underway. Coach Will, Peter Gianni, and the collar elbow tie-up. Let's see who gets the upper hand.
Starting off strong, right off the rib, Zach. I was a little shocked. I would expect Coach Will to have this in the bag, but Gianni shoving Will to the corner like it's nothing.
This is a guy who is trained under Slick Wagner Brown, one of the hardest hitters you can find on the Northeast. So he brings a certain level of aggression to any match he has, and especially with the championship on the line, Coach Will has to be ready for something he's probably never been in the ring with.
And once again, collar and elbow tie-up. You said it. He's not taking that one lightly, just brushing Gianni off.
Yeah, you talk about the mutual respect. You know, Peter came out to save Coach Will, but at the end of the day, this bell has rung. That gold is on the line. Friendships mean nothing.
Calling for one more, third time's the charm. Collar and elbow tie-up. No, Gianni trying to outsmart the champ.
It could be 3 strikes and he's out. But Coach Will able to get out of that waist lock and turn it around in his favor and knock down the chef.
Not even breaking a sweat right there. Coach Will displaying strength. Getting Gianni in the corner. He's not done. Huge forearm taking it to him.
I mean, you got to think about the guys that Coach Will competed against when he won the Ocean State title, that being Cipriano Abruzzi and, of course, the former champion, Mighty Bosch. Both men we'll see in action later on tonight following from that match. But Coach Will has to stay focused on the task at hand, has to stay focused on the shot.
You said it perfectly, Zach, but we know Coach Will's signature rounding the bases. Peter Gianni hitting first, but we know what's coming next.
RWA is Coach Will's ball field, but Peter Gianni knows that ring like his own personal kitchen. Do not count him out yet.
And you said it perfectly, Zach. I got to ask you, for Coach Will, how big is having the home field advantage tonight?
Especially with the crowd as electric as they are at any RWA show, sometimes that can get in somebody's head. The pressure may get to Gianni, but I know that there's a reason that he calls himself a cut above the rest. But he is getting cut down right now in every corner, courtesy of Coach Will.
Grand slam right there from Coach Will, winding up the fast pitch. You know it's coming.
Oh! That might have already been the home run hit.
Cover, this could do it. Kick out at 2 for Manny Souza. Coach Will in disbelief, but now we got to start thinking, If that fast pitch couldn't do it, what's going to keep Gianni down?
It's a who's guess on that. And here's Peter Gianni, not down and out just yet, has Coach Will down off a beautifully executed drop kick, pulling something out of that pitcher's block.
Hitting it right, bullseye right on the head, but Peter Gianni not done yet. Cover, we can have a new Ocean State champ. Only a 2 count for Manny Souza. Now, Zach, we talk about the stacked night of actors that have the Omni Championship is on the line as your queen, Ariel, defends against the heavy hitter, Shay Cash. But, Zach, you said earlier tonight, this is only match 1.
Exactly. You mentioned the main event for the championship as well. The tag team titles on the line between the Unit and Guapo Suave. Roxanne Fury, who's a recent challenger for the Omni title, will take on a debuting Amara Void. There's so much great action, and Coach Will is looking to get this opening match back in his favor. But Peter Gianni able to slip through.
Big Zach over from the champ right there. He's not taking that one lightly, Zach. Hitting the ropes. Peter Gianni up and over he goes.
But even in such a young career, Peter Gianni has so much championship experience. Like I mentioned, he has been stacking plates, stacking championships, and he's going up. Triangle moonsault may get him the Ocean State title here in the RWA. That's 2. No!
Only a 2 count from referee Manny Souza. We talk about it, Zach, how much the championship plays into this match. Peter Gianni just adding to the arsenal, throwing his body on Coach Will. Only a 2 count, but it's not looking good right now for the champ.
And this is Coach Will. Not only is this our first match of the night, but this is Coach Will's first defense of the championship. How gut-wrenching would it be for someone like him if Peter Gianni came in here out of nowhere and went from 0 to champion at his expense? Clearly, he's not going to let that happen, though. Still has to fight. Left in the tank.
You said it perfectly, Zach. Coach Will getting Gianni, gets the corner in the moment he's been waiting for all match. How is he going to capitalize? Swing and a miss, but the champ now. Wait a minute.
Maybe realized he had to get rid of the strike base. But Peter Gianni, the chef's kiss super kick. That's a hell of a strike that may have just knocked Coach Will out of the park. May have just clutched him a championship win.
Kick out at 2. Gianni to disbelief. Coach Will telling everyone here at Providence he still has fight left in him.
But you're seeing how close Manny Souza's hand is getting to hit the mat for the 3 each and every time Peter Gianni goes in for the cover. That rain may be sipping from Coach Will.
Gianni, wait a minute. Gianni hitting the ropes, unsuccessful. Coach Will picking him up. Cover. Here we go.
Exchange the strikes with that tag across. Nice backslide. 3!
It's still Ocean State champion Coach Will. Huge win tonight. What a contest we just witnessed.
Coach Will was looking for it, and he got it. He backslid safe into home to retain the Ocean State championship here at RWA Ambition.
Big win for Coach Will here. The RWA Bucks first defense down, but Zach, we talk about the stack card to come coming up soon. We talk more championship action, more rivalries will collide. We will be back in a few short seconds. I'm excited for this. This is RWA Ambition.